Hi everybody, and a very warm welcome back to Sandling Junction, or should I say Sandling Junction 2.0. Who knows, I'll let you guys decide, but I just wanted to bring you up to date with what's been going on with the layout. So let's roll the intro and let's see what it's all about. Hi guys, and a very warm welcome back to Sandling Junction. As I said right at the start, it has been a little while since I've done an update on the layout and on Sandling Junction, the channel as a whole. And I do want to bring you guys up to speed and keep you in the loop and let you know what's been going on. Now, on the surface, it doesn't appear that anything really has happened with the layout at all. And you'll be right, and nothing has gone on, nothing's been done out there. In the layout room itself, it is still a bit of a mess, although some sorting out has been done and it's a little clearer than it was when I showed you the last time. I will put the camera out there and show you a little bit more as it stands right now. In here, this is going to be where I do all my weathering, my modeling, and I hope to do some of the scenics to the layout as and when that really starts to happen. Now, I needed space and I needed room. This isn't a very big space. This is only about 9 feet long by about 4.5, 5 feet wide. So it's quite close by and quite insular, but I've managed to do quite well. I've got my desk in here, as you can see, and you've seen that in a previous video, and you've seen the immediate set of shelves behind me that contain all my paints, my weathering powders and other bits and pieces. Well, since that time I've managed to find some of the stub work that making up these walls here, and I've managed to put in a whole raft of new shelving, and that is taking all of my my modeling supplies, my flocks, my different bits of this and that and stuff that I've collected over the years. So instead of having it sort of shoved under tables and shoved in cabinets out of the way and very hard to look for, I've actually sort of found a home for these things, so I can do everything in this room, and I can shut the door and I can stop any dust or dirt or spray or anything else going out there into what will become the layout or Sandling Junction 2.0. I think that's got to stick, isn't it? 2.0. Anyway, I wanted to sort of tell you what's been going on. Well, as I said to you, out there, very little. A lot of measuring and also a lot of clearing up of some of the stuff that was there. Some of it has found its way in here. Some of it has been thrown away, and some of it is still waiting to find a new home. That will happen. Now, a little while ago, or should I say last year really, I put out this video about what was going to happen, about the room, about everything. And I had a call from Julian from Station Road. And now Station Road is a channel that I've been following for a long time. I do love the way that he operates, and I do love the way he models, and he does some really cracking videos. Now, he got in touch with me and said, look, I know all there is to know, well, pretty much all there is to know about Realm Modeler Pro. If you would like me to lend a hand, I really would. So I know nothing about Realm Modeler Pro. In fact, I have both. I have AnyRail on a PC, an old PC. And I also, my Mac has got Realm Modeler Pro. But other than scantily trying to put track together and make something out of nothing, I really don't have a great idea about it, but he did, and he does. So he set about with my plans to start creating a new layout. And what's been happening over the last 8 months or so, maybe even longer, I don't know quite when we got this started, but whenever it was, we've been toing and froing little emails and bits of video, and we've had tons of calls at either ends of the day just to sort of make sure that either he's getting up and I'm going to bed, or the other way round. But we've been really thrashing out some of the issues, some of the needs and what I want, and the layout as a whole. We really have one going, and I think I will put a I will put a bit of video up there. I think I'm going to be using some of the video footage that Julian has recently sent me. So you may sort of get a bit of a double up between my video and his video that will be coming out very, very shortly after this one.
And then in the second half, we'll actually jump through to a project that I've been working on using this software. And this is for Paul's layout at Sandling Junction. So we've been in collaboration for a wee while now, looking at planning for his new layout and the location of where this layout is going. So
the thing is that we had a layout and it really was looking great. It was on multiple levels, and the table build alone was going to be quite extensive and quite complex. And Julian was sort of really working very, very hard behind the scenes to do all the measuring and the setting up. And he is quite a genius when it comes to working out exactly what things have to be done to make it work. So I was quite happy sitting back in the luxury of and knowledge that things were happening without my control, in a sense, because I knew I didn't have the skills that were required to do that. Anyway, so long story short, not too far back, Julian asked me to make some really precise measurements of the room, and I did that. And it turned out that my first measurements were a little bit off, gotta say. And when I sent them to him, he overlaid what I had as a plan and what the plan really should look like. And it meant to say that the plans for the train, the layout that we'd had, the one that we'd been working on together for a little while, was not able to be done. It couldn't be done. It couldn't fit into the space. It wouldn't have worked, and it would have been crazy to try. So we were back to square one only a little while back. I know I'm rambling on a little bit, but the thing is that I have certain requirements with this new layout. Now, you know the room is offset. It's a very, very funny two boxes with a connecting area between them, and I think it's just a little bit of residual space in the bungalow when the previous owner came up into the roof and he thought, what can I do with this bit of space? And so that's what happened. The thing is that it has presented a lot of problems. It's also presented a lot of problems of fixtures, because it is pretty much all stud walling but on one little wall, and that's covered with a radiator and a window, so that's really not a lot of good to me. So we've had to try and reconsider what was done. Now, again, I didn't have too much to say, although I have been sort of approving bits and we've been kicking our ideas about again, and we've come up with a stunning layout plan. And again, I'm going to return to Julian's bit of footage and to show you what he's been doing, and just bring some of that into play so that you can see what we're talking about. And the thing is that I have certain requirements that when I do this layout, I'm getting older. And I remember when I did the first Sandling Junction in my garage, that I spent days upon days on my back underneath tables, being propped up by cushions, sore knees, sore back, very sore neck, and my eyes were tired too, just trying to do wiring and connections and point motors, everything. And there were, I think, over 100 point motors on Sandling Junction. If it's not 100, it's not far off. And it might have been more, I don't know. But I do know that I don't really want to do that anymore. As I'm getting older, and I'm another couple of years on since I have sort of done sandling and all that work that I did before, and it's been probably well over a year now, I think, or getting on towards a year since I ripped it apart. I want to make it very modular. I want to make it transportable, but not just that. When I look at what Julian's done to Station Road, where he can take parts of it up, take it to another bench and model it, and then put it back into place, that I think is a fantastic idea. Another channel from America called Boomer Diorama If you've not if you've not listened or looked at anything that Boomer Diorama does, well worth checking him out. The guy is a master modeler. He's a master when it comes to doing diorama builds. He's done it in the film industry, I believe, and he's also fantastic at doing stuff for his own layout, which he enjoys showing others how to get on with it. So both the guys, both Julian and this guy from Boomer Diorama, actually have got their whole layout very, very modular. They do little snippets of information, little bits of layout that then can go back into place and slot down onto the layout itself. And when you look at things that Charlie does from his channel, when he's looking at taking sections of his layout up, does all the electrics underneath, and I can't even begin to compare to Charlie when it comes to neatness of electrics on Chadwick. But I just want to be able to lift pieces up, move it into here maybe, do some work on it and put it back into place. So the development of the baseboard and the tabletops are quite crucial when it comes to the new Sandling Junction 2.0. And that's at the point where we're at now. We're sort of almost ready to start the build, and there is a lot more happening in that regard, which will probably come over on a later update, and I'll keep you in suspenders on that one. I'm not going to tell you what that's all about quite yet, but there is moves afoot when it comes to the build of the tables and the starting in that track laid. So anyway, I am rabbiting on. I'm so sorry, but I've got a lot to say, and I hope you guys are interested enough to listen and support what we're doing, or what I'm doing here at Sandling Junction 2.0. And yeah, so get those tables organized. The track has pretty much gone through its final morph, or iteration, whichever way you want to say it. It's sort of been initially done, and it's still on multiple levels, and there really is an interesting part, and I don't really want to spoil Julian's video that's coming out shortly, but I'm going to give you a quick snip at the little drawing that he did of the main area where everything crosses over everything else. Fantastic. And I think that that is going to be a remarkable bit of modeling in the future, and will give way to some fantastic video shots of trains moving and movements in the future once everything is set up and done. But I'm a long way from that yet, and I'll say that I'm just so excited. I've even, and I will pan the camera around, but I've even done myself a little up and downy. Crazy. I had some second-hand track, and I had some 8-inch boards, and I've put 4 tracks on the top and 3 tracks on the bottom one, because one of them is an O gauge, and I can just run trains up and down. It's amazing how an 8-foot length of track, however bad it's put down, and I assure you this is terribly put down. It's been put down with track pins. I never knew how bad track pins can be, done badly by me. But the track's going like this, the trains are going up and down like this. But it's given me so much pleasure, just train up, train back, train up, train back. They don't barely get going before I've got to stop and break them. But that's given me immense pleasure in this last couple of 3 months since I've done that. And I come up here every so often, I run them for a couple of minutes, up, down, up, down, up, down, as you do. And then I just turn it all off and go down and do something else. But that's how my enthusiasm is starting to come back big time. And I did lose a little bit of mojo with this a little while back. It was taking a long time. Julian is a very busy man. I've been very busy too with my art, my painting, my online channels to do with the painting. So it has kept me very, very busy. And yeah, I mean, it's taken its toll. But we are now at the point where we have got precise measurements. We have a darn fine layout, but like all layouts that we're sharing or I'm sharing with you guys right now, if you've got any other ideas, hey, put them in the comments section. We only improve what we do by learning from others who can maybe suggest something, point something out, something that can be improved upon, something that needs taken away because it won't work. So yeah, have a look at it, study it, and if you've got any thoughts on this, then you can either email me or email Julian at Station Road on it, because he's the one who's doing all those little tweaks in the Rail Modeler Pro. So with that all said and done, before this just bores you all to death and your coffee's gone cold, that I probably should have said go and make one at the start, it probably is cold by now, I am going to start thinking about the table build. I'm going to start thinking about the timbers that I need and start finishing off out there so that I can at least make a start somewhere. And can't wait at all. But there is something happening later in the year which I would love to tell you about, but I'm not going to. I don't want to sort of preempt anything in case something changes, but you guys will know soon enough if that happens and what is happening. But I'll keep stum right now, and yeah, we'll just see what happens over the next few months. But there will be some developments in Sandling Junction 2.0, and I'm getting used to saying that now, aren't I? Sandling Junction 2.0. I might have to change the channel name. But yeah, so watch this space, and I hope that it won't be so long before I deliver another video for you guys to watch and bring you up to speed with a little bit of physical stuff that's happening to the layout, and not just me rabbiting on and showing a few JPEGs and a little bit of footage that wouldn't have happened had it not been from the kindness of somebody else, in this case Julian. And so yeah, have a look and let us know, or let me know, or Julian know your thoughts on what you're looking at. And if you can think you can improve upon it, please get involved. And probably I would say get involved with Julian on the subject, and that will save any three-handed conversations, and I'm sure he won't mind. But yeah, so I look forward to your company in a future video, and until that time, enjoy your modeling and your running of trains. I'm very, very jealous if you're running trains around a decent circuit. I am jealous, I've got to say. But yeah, hopefully I might see and meet a few of you at a show at some point later on in the year, if I should be so lucky enough to get away to one. And that would be fantastic, because I've a lot of people out there that I look at on YouTube and their channels, and some I've conversed with and I've become friends with, like Paul from Galgorm and Tim from Scrapline, and also above all Charlie from Chadwick, of course, have become very, very good friends over that time, and we haven't even actually met. So it really would be nice to square that one away and meet a few people, maybe at the Get show in October. If I can get there, I would love to do that. So who knows, I might be there and I might get to meet a few of you then. But I do hope that there'll be at least 1 or 2 videos out on this channel before then, bring you up to speed with how the layout is going, developing, and any build that we've made so far, and what Julian is also helping out with. So until that time, I'm going to stop rabbiting. I'm going to let you enjoy your layouts. Take care, everybody. Bye for now. Bye-bye. So just running from this side of the room over, and you've got that big curved wall here, which is going to cause a few problems. And then we go into the larger space up there. And if I move forward just a little bit, as carefully as I can, so I don't make anybody giddy, and you can see through here the other room that we've just been talking in, and that's where I would do all my modelling and my airbrushing and my weathering of locomotives and rolling stock in the future. But this will be all tables. This will be the layout coming into here, layout, lots of layout through here, coming all the way around here. Hope you're with me. And it will pretty much come off very tight to the wall here, and then cross over to this section again and creating a figure of 8. But the plan is there, you can see that. And so, as I said just earlier, if you've got any ideas that you want to put forward, throw into the mix, have your say, things that work, things that can be improved upon, things that don't work, please let me or Julian know in the comments, either on my channel or his channel. And yeah, I'd love to hear from you and see if you think it's going to be a good one or where we've got a long way to go yet maybe.